Here we have a new 2023 Nissan Rogue in the SV trim level. Comes in the premium painted pearl white tricoat on charcoal cloth interior. And our powertrain consists of a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder mated to an Xtronic CVT. And that gets us 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque. Coming around to the front end here, we get that signature Nissan Rogue look. LED headlamps along with those LED daytime running lights. Really nice, and I like that only the plastic's at the bottom, and it still looks really good. And coming down to the wheels here, these are going to be 18-inch aluminum. Really good for the second level up trim. We get passive keyless entry on the front. And then here are the controls for our power windows. We have one-touch up and down auto for the driver's side. And then we have a rear window lock there, power mirror controls here, power door lock controls there. Decent sized cup holder there. Steering assist here with that standard intelligent cruise control. We can toggle our auto stop, gauge cluster brightness. And there's our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. But I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size, so let's see the rear leg room here. So I'm 6'3". My knees are just barely touching the back of the seat here. And of course, I can adjust how far back the seat is behind me, and then that can increase my leg room because I'm able to lean back. So really impressive for a small SUV like this to have this kind of room back here. I'm gonna turn these lights on so y'all can see. We have a USB and a USB-A, a USB-C and a USB-A input down there, excuse me. Rear AC vents here. And in the center seat, when I fold it down, 2 cup holders there. We have the grab handle with a hanger hook there. 2 or 3 hangers, you should be able to fit up there no problem. Let's go on and make our way to the back. So coming around to the back end here, there are tail lamps there. These are going to be LED. Plenty of cargo space behind the second row, of course. And our spare is down in there. And I like that we have these pockets on the side when this is down, so if you don't want stuff to roll around, you have space there and then over here as well. But I want to give a huge shout out to Nissan of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this video today. I'll leave a link below to this vehicle as well as their entire inventory in the description. And then to fold the seat down, pull that there. And sorry my voice sounds weird, I'm just getting over a cold. I almost forgot. Seat back pocket there, only on that right side. And then here we have our 4-way manual passenger seat there. There's the glove compartment with owner's manuals. Okay size. And then we have that storage underneath the shifter and all that there, which is always nice to have. But the pearl white tricoat, really like the color. And honestly, for the price, it's not bad to add that paint color, which I'll show you all on the window sticker here momentarily. But checking out the engine bay, there's that 1.5 liter variable compression 3-cylinder engine. Variable compression turbo, excuse me. Well, let's go inside the vehicle now. So vinyl wrap steering wheel here, still nice and easy to maneuver, and it kind of has that flat bottom design that Nissan loves. And then to the radio here, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And then we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility as well. We have several views for our home page, and we can customize that as well by going in here and then dragging stuff where you want it to go. And there's our backup camera with guidelines, and as you turn the steering wheel, those orange lines will tell you where you're headed based on the camera view. And then we have our dual zone automatic climate controls down here, which is nice. Fan speed, and then we can adjust where the airflow's coming from. You can set our auto here, and then we can sync by pressing that. And to turn the sync off, we just adjust the temperature for the passenger side. And to turn the auto off, we just adjust fan speed. And just a quick look at the settings here. That's where all of that is. And then if you want vehicle info, things of that nature, you can do all that there. So I do like that they have this pocket here, even though there's not a wireless charging pad in this one. You can just lay your phone there and have it hooked up here to either this USB-C or this USB-A input. Then you either have a 12 volt there. And then for the CVT, to put it in drive, you just hold this button, pull down, and put in manual mode, put down again, and then to put in neutral, pull up and hold it, and then to put in reverse, hit this button, pull all the way up, press P for park. Cup holders there, electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, press down, and when you're on the brake to disengage, then we have an automatic brake hold there, and then 3 drive modes, Eco, Standard, and Sport. Center console cubby space folds out either way, which I really like. Looks really premium. Then you have a little pocket here to hold change or smaller objects, and then deeper in there, which is hard to see, of course. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. And over to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our radio station presets or tracks. We can toggle through those. Volume here, and then this, we can set up our shortcut menu, and then we can pull it up there, and then we can scroll through the actual gauge cluster using the scroll bar, and then we can go through each menu using these arrows here, and then we can use this as an OK button. And then to the right side of the steering wheel, voice recognition controls, Bluetooth controls here, and then gap adjust for the standard intelligent cruise control that comes as part of this Nissan safety shield. And then that's how we use the regular cruise there. Paddle shifters behind if you want to manually shift with the CVT. I do like the gauge cluster though, for it just to be digital in the middle. Really nice look. Then blinkers over here, headlamp controls here, auto there, high beams there, flash there, and then we have our windshield wipers here. There's high, low, and then there's our intermittent, and we can adjust that. And then we have our rear wiper here, which we just have intermittent and on, and then we can pull back for rear wiper fluid, push up for front wiper fluid. And there's our push button start. And then taking a look at this sticker here. Like I said, a lot of standard stuff that I like, especially having the Pro Pilot Assist on this SV. And then, like I said, the premium paint for this is only $395. A lot of dealers charge, or a lot of manufacturers charge like $1,000 or $1,100 to get tricoat paint, so that's pretty nice. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this Rogue SV out on the road for a quick test drive. So to start off, I really like how easy this is to drive in eco mode. It doesn't seem, now obviously you can feel where the pedal is being set back, so when you put your foot halfway down, you're not getting that full power that you would get in standard or sport mode, but it still doesn't feel like I can't merge with traffic. And a lot of that comes from, if you see, I'm in that 2,500 RPM range, so I'm still getting help from the turbo. So just really impressed by that. And since they got rid of the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and just started putting the 1.5 VC turbos in here, the Rogues just drive a lot more aggressively to me in a good way. Now in eco mode, they still feel like a Rogue, but when you put it in a sport mode, it really does become a monster, and that's what I really like about this powertrain. Now in terms of reliability, I'm not 100% sure because the engine's only been out a year or two, but definitely more fun to drive than the naturally aspirated one that used to be in here. So I have the vehicle in standard mode now, and just livens up a little bit more. And it just drives really nicely, really normally. And that's what I like about these modes that Nissan has. Even though the Eco kind of limits you, having the standard and the sport, they really are 3 separate modes. And once you get used to them, you realize, hey, I need Eco mode about 85% of the time, maybe standard mode about 10% of the time, sport mode about 10% of the time. So I'm gonna test that sport mode out now. And just really controlled straight line performance here, even with the rain. And we'll see how it does when I give it maximum throttle here. Still sticks to the road pretty well. And I actually really like the engine sound. It kind of has a Maxima like acceleration tone, which I really like. It doesn't sound raspy like the old engine did, in my opinion. And I haven't really noticed that until now, because I've driven these before. But just really, really impressed. And of course we get the intelligent cruise, like I said, standard on the SV. So that's the adaptive cruise there, and I can turn the steering assist on there. But all in all, just a really, for this kind of money, like I said, the biggest thing with the reliability, it's kind of you have the 1.5 liter turbo, which we don't know much about. And then we have the Xtronic CVT, which you get mixed reviews about. Some people say they're throwaway transmissions, and then you see other cars with 250,000 miles and they're still ticking. And I'm thinking about the older Versas, and they cost like 20 grand new, if that. So if you take care of the vehicles, I think a lot of people don't service their CVTs like you're supposed to. If you take care of these, they usually, and that's pretty much with most cars, they'll run for a long time. But like I said, this is definitely a more fun car to drive than what I'm used to in a Nissan Rogue. And of course you do get auto stop with the Rogue, which I really like. And it hasn't come on because I've been in sport mode, or before when I wasn't, the engine was still heating up. But that really does come in handy to help you get that 30 miles per gallon city, 37 miles per gallon highway. And the great part about that is you get that in a pretty capable SUV, just in terms of cargo space, in terms of passenger space. So definitely a good option if you're in the market for something like this, the RAV4, the Mazda CX-5, Hyundai Tucson. And then of course the Chevy Equinox or the Ford Escape. I feel like those engines are not as powerful as this one here. And honestly, the vehicles tend to be more expensive, similarly equipped too. So definitely let this be an option. And this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Nissan Rogue SV.